Hello and welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Pokémon
FireRed. I mean, could you imagine, like, say, what if we just stole someone else's video of this game being played?
Yeah.
And we just read the transcript of what they talked about and just threw our names in it. That'd be ridiculous. I mean, actually more work than it's worth. This is a lot easier.
That's why face cams are a thing.
Why? So you can prove you're not?
Yeah.
I hate face cams.
I love face cams.
I don't like them. I think because they have to act to the camera.
They don't necessarily have to. It
covers up part of the screen. Oh, so one of my friends, Swift, I don't know if you've seen him go by at all.
No.
He's part of our network of people here in town who are content creators.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of streaming, and he's been doing Pokemon, and they created an overlay. It's so perfect. I want to do it. Like if we ever stream Pokemon, I'm going to ask him if we can use his overlay or something similar. It's so perfect. Basically, he makes it look like it's a like a gamepad or something.
Oh, okay.
And then he has a thing over the top so he can keep track of all the badges they've collected. And then in the one corner where the D-pad would be, it's where his cam is. So then where the screen would be is the actual screen, so nothing's covered up. And it just has a really nice, tight, good, clean feel to it. I'll have to show it to you sometime. But we'll just steal it from him and we'll claim it's ours. Plagiarism.
And we'll claim it's ours.
No, so then there's that other side of things too, like that intellectual property kind of side of things. Because it's easier to prove, like if you have a painting or a drawing or music music a little hard too sometimes, but animation or sculptures
I'm gonna destroy the crap out of Missy here.
Yeah, you do that while I talk.
So the whole reason I got Pikachu for this fight is because Pikachu learns a move called Double Team, and Double Team increases your evasion, and I just did Double Team 5 times, and now
he can't hit you. They can't hit you.
And they're weak to lightning.
To lightning because they're water. Yeah, so you do that. But like, there's certain or YouTube videos. It's easy to prove when it's stolen.
Yeah.
There's even algorithms that can do it for you.
Starry.
Computers. They do that with journalism stuff. You can literally enter the article into this program, and it'll find articles that are similar. And if it shows a percentage, certain percentage, it's like, okay, it's plagiarized. You know?
Yeah.
They do it with reports and stuff for colleges and schools, but there's other things that are harder to prove, and one of those things I think is comedy.
Yeah.
So comedians, their jokes can be stolen, and it can be hard to prove sometimes, especially if you're a smaller comedian who's not as popular or not as big or just starting, and a bigger, more well-established comedian starts stealing your jokes.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Carlos Mencia. That's what he was doing. I don't know if you remember that. You remember Carlos Mencia?
No, I remember it.
A hot minute, yeah. He was really big for a hot minute. He's basically died down now. But, I mean, I don't even know what he's doing now. He's probably doing something, but who gives a damn?
He's probably in the background now.
And I like Joe Rogan, right? He's a cool guy. And he got fed up with it. It just reached a point. And basically, I guess all the comedy clubs, all the comedians, they called him either the fake Mexican, because apparently his real name is like Ned Holzman or something like that.
Oh, goodness.
Because he's like half like European, like something like Slavic or something, and then like half Honduran. So he's not even Mexican. So, and he came up with this name, Carlos Mencia, and that's fine. You can do that if you want. I think the reason they started calling it because they all hated him. And the other nickname for him was Carlos Mencia, because he would steal your jokes.
Yeah.
And basically, Joe Rogan even said, it's like, it got to this point where he was practically bullying the smaller comedians. Like, he would come into the club with a recorder, with a recording device, and he would look right at them and record their show. And they're like, shit, I'm killing tonight, and no one will ever know these are my jokes because he's going to do them tomorrow night or in a month or so on his TV show. And then if I do the joke after that, we're like, oh, you're stealing from Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
But actually, Carlos stole it from him. But then they had this whole thing where Joe had a cameraman follow him around when he was doing some shows and like working on some material and doing this different stuff. And he was at the club, at the Comedy Store in LA. And he was introducing a guy, and he worked on Carlos Mencia's shows. He said, like, I guess he liked the other comedian, but he's like, you know, up next, this comedian, blah, blah, blah. He works on the Carlos Mencia show. And Carlos Mencia got mad. So he walked up on stage and took the mic away from the other guy and started calling out Joe. And then Joe started fighting, well, not fighting back literally, but like basically throwing it right back at him. Like, we all know you steal. No one here likes you. What are you doing here? Blah, 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 you know? And then eventually Joe Rogan gets a camera and it goes back and forth. And And it was kind of the beginning of the end for Carlos Mencia. Like people in the industry knew he was a joke stealer, but like everyone at home didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't think he was particularly that funny, but he had funny things, he said, and then you find out, oh yeah, because he stole that. And apparently he'd also steal stuff from like, big time established comedians who were dead or retired or were just a really old material he would steal. Kind of like Amy Schumer does.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of her stuff, you're like, oh, that's an old Ellen joke, or that's a, or when she had her TV show, it was stuff she stole from, Mad TV or Dave Chappelle's show, and it's like so obvious, or Sarah Silverman's show, and I don't know.
Oh, that probably killed me.
It's just
shit.
Oh no, Nidori.
Yeah.
Is that what I named him?
That's what you named him. Crappy names.
I didn't get to name Oddish.
Nope, because I caught him off camera. And I'm glad about that.
We'll have to rename him. We have to get that guy who names them, so I can name him Otter.
Nope.
Pikachu. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It really gets. I've honestly never had someone literally. I mean, like sometimes you can't help it, right? There's that part of it where it's like you may have heard it somewhere, but you don't know you heard it somewhere, so you repeat a joke or it's just a saying or whatever, and not give credit. But usually that's really rare where you flat out steal it. And usually for me, whenever I do that, I know it's someone else's joke. I'll go, I can't remember the comedian, but this is the joke. Or if I know the comedian, I'll say that's so-and-so's joke. Whenever we do anything Game Grumpish on here, we'll go, that's the Game Grumps, because we're fans. Yeah. And so it's part of our like lexicon of speech. We can't help it. I'm the video boy game. I'm the one who wins, because that's the new thing on Game Grumps right now, because Aaron said that because he was losing, and it's hilarious. And I would never say that and claim it was me. But there's people who just steal and then try to take credit and get the money for it or whatever. I mean, Carlos Mencia was really making hundreds of thousands of dollars off these other people's jokes, and he got to the point where they said he was practically bullying these guys. Like, he's like, I dare you to call me out, because no one knows who you are. Yeah. I'm Carlos Mencia. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And apparently Robin Williams was a big joke stealer. I didn't know this. Yeah. And no one wants to talk. Okay, I'm going to say this right now to all those big fans of Aladdin and all the movies he did back in the day. I was never a big Robin Williams fan. That's definitely not his stand-up.
Yeah.
Or Mork and Mindy and all that stuff, because he was just kind of wild and crazy. I've never found that funny, per se. It can be kind of funny, but after a while, it's okay, I get your shtick, I'm done with it. Say something intelligent that's funny.
Yeah.
And he rarely, I won't say he really did, but he didn't do that a whole lot. I was just kind of this crazy, just, what's the word I'm looking for? This crazy, just hyper...
Outlandish
routines he would do. And I guess what he would do is, he'd be doing that, and he would kind of just, I guess he freeformed stuff and just riffed, and whatever came off the top of his mind is what he spoke.
Yeah.
And so sometimes he would basically just start doing other people's material while doing that. And he dealt with, again, all that depression and all that crazy stuff. He dealt with drug issues and stuff, but I guess he actually paid people for the jokes. So if he did that, he would then give them a check. I don't think he ever publicly admitted it until later in his life. But I will say this, he was a great actor. Great performer. Yeah. I love a lot of his movies, not necessarily his kids stuff, because that's just him being crazy. But what's the photo one? Was it, you know what I'm talking about? 1 Hour Photo or whatever.
No.
Or
oh yeah, I can't go that way because I have to get them.
The Matt Damon one. Dang, my brain's dead. It's like, it's not your fault. I know, it's not your fault. What's that?
It's not your fault.
The one that takes place in Boston. My boy's wicked smart. How about them apples? Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh my gosh, Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, I've never seen Good Will
Hunting. Oh, you've never seen Good Will Hunting? No. And there's the other one he did where he's the teacher and his dramas and stuff. He's a great dramatic actor. Dead Poet Society. He's a great that movie doesn't necessarily hold up because I can't stand the guy, the like wimpy message in it, but whatever. But he was good in it. He's just, I don't know, he was so good in a lot of stuff. He was great dramatic, great. Of course, he had great comedic timing and stuff.
You want to catch a cat?
No, I don't care.
You don't meowth, that's right?
No, I'm good.
Meowth, that's right.
But I don't know. It's just one of those things. No one talks about it. But yeah, Robin Williams stole jokes.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And he had a huge career. But like I said,
so did Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, did he steal jokes or did he have joke writers?
He stole jokes.
Okay.
I think he did the same thing Robin Williams did, in which that he paid for them.
Well, here's the thing. Robin Williams would steal the joke and then later pay the guy. A lot of comedians will actually literally buy the joke off other people, or they'll ask permission first. That's different. So that's fine. I mean, I mean, yeah, a lot of the younger comedians, they'll steal each other's jokes on purpose as a joke between each other because they know they're stealing each other's jokes. Like, oh, I did your joke here. Yeah, well, I did your joke here and it killed and blah, blah, I did it better than you. Yeah. But it's when you start getting to that point, like Dennis Leary, apparently. I didn't know this again. Dennis Leary, he's okay. He's in some stuff I like. Not a huge Dennis Leary fan, whatever. But I guess Bill Hicks as a comedian, I need to learn more. I know I've heard the name and probably heard some of his jokes. But apparently... Dennis Leary stole like his whole routines.
Oh goodness.
Right? And so like Bill Hicks would come out, his album would come out like a year before or whatever, and then the next year Dennis Leary's would come out, but Dennis Leary had gotten bigger and was more popular.
Yeah.
And if you listen to them side by side, they're almost exactly the same, to the point where there's a lot of comedians who hate Dennis Leary because he's flat out stole. And I guess it really hurt Bill Hicks because I hope I'm getting the name right, because they were friends and he's stealing my stuff and I don't know what to do. You know, and that's pretty effed up.
Yeah, I mean, there was a long grace period where Dennis Leary wasn't in the light at all.
I think that was part of why. Because I guess Bill Hicks died, and then the next album that Dennis Leary came out with, which was literally just his stuff because he couldn't steal from Bill Hicks anymore.
Yeah,
everyone says it was a really bad album. So I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I don't want to talk too much shit about people, but
who's
it does
listening on us?
I mean, there's lots of different things. Like when people accuse other people of stealing jokes, it's not always necessarily stolen jokes. There's that like-minded think.
Yeah.
You know, when Donald Trump gets elected, and he keeps talking about how huge his hands are, everyone's going to make jokes about him having tiny hands. We're not necessarily stealing that, because it's anyone who's got for a flair for comedy in any way is instantly going there. Yeah. And then the orange face, and the hair, we're all gonna make those jokes. His ridiculous accent and
huge hands,
all that stuff. We're all gonna do it, and then comedians are gonna do it, and they're gonna do it even better. There's just it's a plethora of reasons why some people can come up with jokes that are similar. And there's only so much stuff you can come up with. There's nothing new.
Yeah,
it's all a rehash, even if you're not necessarily stealing it from somebody.
So. Okay.
We've all come up with ideas when we find out someone else did it first.
Before I forget this,
okay.
One of my favorite jokes I've seen so far about Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh comes from Seth Green on Robot Chicken. He's just like, Pooh asks him, Eeyore, why are you so depressed all the time? Oh. I've got a nail in my ass.
Nobody cares anyway. Oh, who voices him in the new? Is Brad Garrett?
I have no idea.
My mom went and saw the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Double kick.
The one with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, right?
I actually like Ewan McGregor.
I do too. I would totally do that. I mean, yeah, I like him too.
Are you?
No, honestly, I have full discretion, man crush thing.
Yeah.
Right. Ewan McGregor's on that list.
Okay.
Of guys I would let do me.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Yeah. Jude Law's the other one. I think I've told you that before.
Yeah, you've told me that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's the British thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
One's a Scot, one's English or whatever, but I don't know. Whatever it is. They're handsome men. They're very handsome men.
I guess David Tennant would be on that list for me too.
David Tennant with Doctor Who?
Yeah.
For me, he's because I don't watch Doctor Who. For me, he's Broadchurch. He's the detective on Broadchurch. I can't remember.
I've seen lots of things he does. So it's like
he's the Purple Man, right?
Yeah.
In Jessica Jones, which I finally finished. Oh, what a chore that show is. But I think I might have mentioned that before. I have mentioned it in the Plague Night that we lost.
Yep. Yeah, which I was so mad at that, and I'm just like, I don't want that to be just cut. I'm it might take us a while.
We're gonna redo it,
but we're gonna redo the stuff we lost.
We lost a big chunk of Plague Night
because it auto saves on Plague Night, and what happened? It ended up not recording because we pressed a button by accident and
stopped everything. Speaking of which, now I want to check this one in between episodes.
But yeah, let's end this episode. And we're gonna see what this bug person's all about.
All right, everybody, that'll end this episode of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger,
and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye bye. Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.